Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome. Welcome to this special virtual seminar on AWS Bedrock, Democratizing Foundation Models. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us. Um, we are glad to have you here. So, without further, we'll be continuing with the seminar. By way of introduction, my name is Paula Deroju and I work as a solutions engineer at Arthurite Integrated, your AWS solutions partner. And today, I'll be moderating today's session. We're here because the landscape of AI development is rapidly evolving, and AWS Bedrock is at the forefront of making powerful foundation models accessible to developers and organizations of all sizes. So, whether you're a developer looking to integrate AI capabilities, or you are a cloud architect designing scalable generative AI solutions, or if you are simply curious about how foundational models can transform your business, this session is particularly for you. And today, we have the privilege of learning from Sherifdeen Awufiroye, a software engineer and AWS community builder who specializes in exactly what we are discussing: serverless technologies and generative AI solutions. So Sheriff Dean brings over 3 years of hands-on experience building scalable, event-driven backend systems. And as an AWS community builder, he's been at the forefront of helping developers adopt modern AWS architectures. What makes him particularly relevant for today's topic is his practical experience with Amazon Bedrock, including his work on innovative agentic AI applications using the Crow AI framework, which he deployed on Amazon Bedrock. I think that was Agent Core. His passion for enabling Africa's, should I say, tech talents, and his ability to blend deep technical insights with practical use cases makes him the perfect candidate, perfect choice, now own opinion to lead this session, and that is why we have him today. Yeah. Um, Mr. Sharifdeen, welcome, sir, and the stage is yours. Please, if you can hear me, you can go ahead to start the presentation. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Paul. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. All right. In this session, I hope to give you a very good understanding of generative AI fundamentals, as well as a comprehensive overview of Amazon Bedrock and how it democratize foundational models. Um, so let's talk about me. So my name is Sheriff Dean Awofiraye with one F to the sheriff, not two. I'm a software engineer and a serverless community builder at AWS. I am passionate about serverless and how generative AI can work hand in hand to solve real world problems. I'm also passionate about sharing knowledge, whether through talks like this, writing, or working with developer communities. So let's go to our agenda for today. So I'm gonna get started with a brief introduction to generative AI, followed by the challenges developers and businesses face when building generative AI applications. And I hope to give you a very good understanding of Amazon Bedrock and how it solves these challenges serverlessly. So we're going to see some foundational models supported in Amazon Bedrock and what really foundational models are. So next, we're going to go through the features of Amazon Bedrock and how we can benefit from its vast capabilities. And lastly, I'm going to end this session with some use cases and some architectural patterns showing you how we can leverage Amazon Bedrock and foundational model support in building generative AI applications with AWS. Now you can see we have a lot of exciting content in this session. So let's get started. Generative AI is a branch of artificial intelligence that helps us build that helps us solve complex problems like creating new original content, which is close enough to human generated content for real world use cases such as summarization, question and answers, text embeddings, generating image, audios, videos, and a lot more. I mean, generative AI, just as we know today, is being used by literally everybody today, and businesses can use generative AI to deliver amazing experience to not only customers but also their employees. So now we've seen what generative AI is and how powerful it can be. It's important to pause for a moment and let's look at the other side of the coin. Just like any technology, Gen AI doesn't come without its own set of challenges. And if we want to use it effectively, especially in business or production settings, we need to understand what those challenges are and how we can navigate them. So generative AI applications are powered by foundational models. You can put your, when you put your request in, when you put your request or your information into the application, just like ChatGPT, and the model then processes and gives you an answer. Now, one of the things businesses worry about is data. If you are putting sensitive information or company information into a model, you need to be confident it won't leak or end up being used or in the wrong hands. Excuse me. So another big challenge is trust. Generative AI can sound very convincing, but sometimes it's just confidently wrong. And in business, you can't afford to make decisions based on bad information. I mean, we've seen example. We've seen. We should have seen. I mean, most of us here would have used ChatGPT, and would have seen that ChatGPT sometimes, give inaccurate responses. And businesses, we can't afford to make decisions based on these wrong informations. Then there is the cost factor. Running these models at scale isn't cheap, and not every company can keep up with the compute and infrastructure bills that comes with them. We can't also ignore ethics, misinformation, or harmful outputs from these models. This is also risky. We need to think about responsible use, not just what the model can do technically. And even if you've solved those problems, there's a question of integration. You also want to think about how easy we can plug models into your application or your existing system and workflows. It used to take real engineering. It used to take real engineering work. And lastly, vendor dependence on vendors. Many teams and developers rely heavily on third-party providers for foundational models, and this creates risk of vendor locking and limited flexibility. Now that we've known the challenges that comes with building generative AI applications, just like I mentioned, data privacy, cost, and execution complexity. Now, the question I want to ask is how do we address these challenges without reinventing the wheel, without like doing things multiple times in a repetitive way? Here is Amazon Bedrock. Amazon Bedrock is designed to simplify how we work with foundational models, making it easier, faster, and more cost efficient to bring generative AI into business and real applications. So what is Amazon Bedrock? So Amazon Bedrock is a fully managed service that makes it simple to build and scale generative AI applications. Instead of worrying about massive models from scratch, like building, training and building massive model from scratch, Bedrock gives you access to choices of foundational models from top AI companies, all through an API. And that means you don't need to manage infrastructure, and you can try out different models from different providers in your application without being logged into just one. Another big advantage of Amazon Bedrock is security. The data you feed into the models is not used to train the foundational models. That's a huge deal for businesses that care about compliance and protecting sensitive information. And the best part is You can build generative applications without needing deep AI expertise, just with Amazon Bedrock. You focus on your use case, whether it is chatbot, content generation, or maybe text embeddings, or whatever use case you want, whatever your use case is. You Bedrock takes care of the complexity under the hood. So Bedrock, think of Bedrock as a marketplace. The real gem inside for inside the real gems inside are the foundational models that are designed with unique strengths. So let's look at the foundational models and that are supported in Amazon Bedrock. But first, I've been saying foundational models, but what really is foundational model? Foundational model at a high level is a really large AI model that has been pre-trained, on massive amounts of data like text, images, codes, just name it. Think of it as a strong base of foundation that you can build on instead of building and training your own AI model from scratch. Building and training your model from scratch would definitely take enormous time, money, and in fact resources. You start with foundational models that already knows a lot of languages, patterns, and reasoning. Then deepening your business need, you can customize it slightly on just use it as is to do things like generate text, summarize documents, power your chatbot, convert image or document into text embeddings, or even analyze customer sentiments. Now, the great thing about Amazon Bedrock is it gives you access to a variety of these foundational models from different providers. Each one has its own strengths. For example, some are really good at conversations. Others are good at creative writing or image generation or maybe working with code. And Amazon Bedrock really makes it really really simple to test, switch, and integrate them into applications without worrying about the heavy lifting of managing infrastructure or training. So you can have multiple models into your application. You can use models from different providers into just your application and not just logged in into just one. So the models that are supported by Amazon Bedrock are um, Amazon models like Amazon has their own models too, like Amazon Nova Act of the of the Amazon Nova family, which is very good at web navigation. And we have Amazon Nova Pro, which is also of Amazon Nova family. We have Anthropic Cloudy, and it's supported in Amazon Bedrock. We have Amazon Titan. We have Mistral, DeepSeek, OpenAI, Stability AI, and quite a lot of even OpenAI. Yeah, OpenAI, as I've said, and even a lot of models that you can use to build your application. The beauty here is flexibility. You can try different models for different use cases without needing to manage infrastructure or retrain from scratch. In one application, you can use model that generates text. You can use model that you can use a different model that generates images. You can use a different model that work with code, just in one application, to fit in your use case, to fit in your application use case. So whether you want to build a chatbot or text summarization, code generation, even creating image generations, Bedrock gives you that menu of options to pick from. So we've seen the powerful foundations models available in Bedrock. So how do we work? How do we actually work with these models effectively? So it's not just about having access to models. It's about the features around them that makes development practical, scalable, and secure. Excuse me. So with Amazon Bedrock, you have access to capabilities like model evaluation, fine-tuning, agents, guardrails, and more, just like you've seen in the screen. With foundational model, with model evaluation, sorry, we can test and compare different models to see which one works best for your use case. And if we need more control, fine-tuning, lets us, adapt models to our own data. And there are agents too. Agents, it allows us to build intelligent workflows that can take actions on our behalf. And guardrails. Guardrails helps us to enforce safety and responsible use. While knowledge bases gives model access to enterprise data or more accurate response. So with knowledge base, you can integrate your Amazon Bedrock application to your private data source, so you'll be able to use it to fine tune the model you're using. And of course, Amazon Bedrock is serverless, fully managed, and secure. What does this mean? It means that we do not need to worry about infrastructure, scaling, or security headaches. In short, Amazon Bedrock takes away the heavy lifting, so we can focus on building solutions and delivering value. So we have generative AI use cases. I mean, generative AI can be used in different industry like healthcare, finance, education. It can use in design for create images. It can help you with marketing and content, customer engagement for me like chatbot or like customer engagement that helps your business attend to customer just as they bring in their problems. So generative AI can be used in several can be used in several places. This on your screen are just like few that I've mentioned there. And yeah, so this is an example of Curiosa is an example of where we used Amazon Bedrock and one of its capability. So this Curiosa is powered with three different agents, and each of these agents are using different models from different providers. Like the analysis agent is used. We use analysis agents is powered by Amazon Nova Pro and some other ones like that. So we use Amazon Bedrock guardrails. Just like I've said before, one of the benefits of Amazon Bedrock is guardrails. So guardrails helps you, it also helps you sieve what you take into your application. So look at it. Curiosa is an application that helps you get that helps you get that helps you get comprehensive insight on any tech topic. So if you come with a non-tech topic, we have guardrails there that will help you bounce it out and say, okay, this is not a tech related topic. So you need to like brings in you need to like giving more input that's giving input that is tech related. So when we put in music in Curiosa, and you see the response we get down here says, sorry, Curiosa cannot respond to tech related topic. Please provide a topic related to technology, programming, software development, AI, data science, blah blah blah. So this response is like it is defined there. So guardrails is there like in the front gate that helps you sieve content you take into your application. And this is just one of the use case, one of the benefits you get with Amazon Bedrock. You see that it's not just accessing models; it's also fine tuning, streamlining your application, building your application to make it to make your customer have a very good experience. So SEO AWS is another use case that we use Amazon Bedrock for. So SEO AWS is an application that helps people stay in loop with AWS blogs, just like a new blog that just to maybe that's published yesterday. So in AWS, if you so in SEO AWS, if you subscribe into SEO AWS, you you start to get latest information, latest update, or latest news from AWS. But how do we do this? So down the line, it's powered with Amazon Bedrock. So Amazon Bedrock, it uses batch inference with Amazon Bedrock because it processes multiple news for the previous day. So under the hood, we use Amazon Nova Pro for text summarization and text categorization. text categorization. So, for example, we have a news that is published under ML, machine learning. So people that we want Amazon River Pro here is gonna summarize the news and also categorize it into the respective categories it's supposed to be, and you notify the subscribers that have subscribed to that topic. So Amazon Bedrock is a toolbox. It is not just a box or a menu where it encompasses models. It also comes with a lot of capabilities and features that you benefit from. So with this, I think this is the end of the slide, and I hope you've learned something today, and you'll be able to use this as use Amazon Bedrock in your use case and your businesses. So you connect with me on LinkedIn, Sharif Alfrai, and X, and on X, Sharif on X, on my email, dev.2 and the AWS community. All right, thank you for watching.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Sheriff.
You're
Beautiful,
welcome.
beautiful presentation. Thank you for covering a lot of key areas regarding the use case of um, Amazon Bedrock and the foundational models that we have available thereon. Right. Thank you so much.
You're
So
welcome.
before the session, yeah, some of the firstly, yes, we are on YouTube. Would everybody be able to see it? So you can go ahead to do that, please. Thank you very much. If you have any questions for the speaker, you can go ahead to do that now so that we can see the questions, and our speaker is going to answer them. So I'll be waiting. All right, but before the session today, we had some members because when we shared the link in our community, we told members to send in questions beforehand, so in case they needed to ask any questions. So so I have like some questions that I had to take down already. So I think I'll just post it here so that you can see it. So one of the question says, what is one common mistake that you see developers make when they first start implementing Amazon Bedrock in their applications? So, and how do they avoid it? So, question is trying to know the common mistakes that people first make when they start using Bedrock.
All right, thank you very much. To answer that question, I would just say I'm gonna tell you the mistake I myself faced when I tried to use when I the first time I used Amazon Bedrock, and how I would tell you to avoid it. All right. So when I first used Amazon Bedrock, I actually used it with Python. So with the Bottle 3, AWS SDK, and it's so very easy to integrate to your application. Or what you just need to. So the problem I think I had, actually, it is so simple. I mean, it's Amazon Bedrock comes with a lot of developer experience that you do not need to worry about anything. If you've been integrating with Amazon AWS services before, like S3 or Lambda, you should be able to it should be an easy go on how to integrate. I mean, Amazon integrating Amazon Bedrock should be very easy for you. So the issue I faced was batch inference. I mean, batch inference when I making inference to your models in batch. So I got to realize that you need to sorry. So I got to realize that you need to send a ticket to you need to create a ticket and send to AWS team so they will enable batch inference on your accounts, and that's one of the issues I think you have faced, and I don't think I've faced any issue integrating Amazon Bedrock. I mean, Amazon Bedrock is just as simple as ABC. ABC is simple, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for that answer. Thank you so much. So we have another question here. Please, if you are viewing live from YouTube, don't forget that you can send in your questions, okay? And if you are viewing from our community, please you can send it to me or to any other community admin on WhatsApp so that I can have it here. Thank you very much. So the other question, let me just post it here. So the question says, okay, for someone that is watching this session and who is completely new to Bedrock but excited to get started, so like, what do you think they can start with? Like, what are the first three steps that they can do? Something very simple that they can lay their hands on to just start getting practical experience. And do you have any specific resources or learning paths that you'd suggest that they follow?
Sorry, I didn't know I was muted. All right, so if you want to get started with Amazon Bedrock, you can enroll in one of Amazon Bedrock educational platform. AWS Amazon educational platform like AWS Educates or um, AWS. What's the other one again? There are three of them like that. So AWS Educates is the one that's coming to my head right now. So and also, if you as a business, if you want to, if you want to integrate Amazon, if you want to integrate Bedrock in your application or in your business, um, there is that's why partners like Arthurite is there for you, so you get started ASAP. And for developers or individuals that want to learn Amazon AWS Bedrock, I'll suggest you go through AWS Educate or AWS Skill Builder. Yeah, thank you. It's comes to my mind now. AWS Skill Builder. Yeah. So that's what I think I can say to you. Thank you.
All right. Yes, very correct. Thank you very much. Yes, I also suggest starting with learning resources that are widely provided um, by AWS and are available. And they're definitely, as Mr. Sharif has said, Authorite Integrated, yes, we are your AWS partner. For anything AI related, you can meet us. We have solutions to any business use case or challenge that you have. Thank you very much. And then one last question, sir. Um, oh, okay. Just so that. What are the key considerations for? Okay, question says that what are the key considerations for optimizing both cost and performance when building production-ready applications with Bedrock? So this is the last question from our community. Says what are the key considerations? So when you're trying to optimize cost and performance when using production-ready applications on Bedrock, I know that you mentioned that you know that some of the models you have to cost is a very important aspect. So you have to balance that out
Mhm.
when you have your applications. So what are some things that you can consider when building applications using Bedrock?
Well, that's a very good question. So building production ready applications, and Bedrock, Amazon Bedrock is serverless, which means it can scale down to zero. And what you might want to look into is the latency you get from the models that you're using in your applications. And one of the capabilities and one of the good features Amazon Bedrock introduces to you is model evaluation, which means you can compare model latencies, you can compare model performances to each other. So to for you to be able to choose which one best fits your business needs. So with that model evaluation, you can just you will be able to see the latency to the latency the time it takes each model to to give you a solution or a response. So with that, you'll be able to build you'll be able to streamline sorry, so you'll be able to streamline your application and build a and optimize your performance with the model evaluation capability that AWS Bedrock introduces.
All right, all right. Thank you very much for that succinct um, answer. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think now we have come to the end of this session. I'm a AWS Bedrock, democratizing foundational um, models, and we've had the privilege of having Mr. Sharafdin Awofioye, who has shared his expertise and practical insights about AWS Bedrock. And thank you so much, sir. This has been incredibly valuable to our community. So yes, if you need to reach out to Mr. Sheriff Dean, or you want to know more, get more information about him and what he does, please avail yourself to reach out to him on LinkedIn, on Twitter, formerly on X, which was formerly Twitter, and his email is also shared. You can also read his articles via the Dev2 link he's sharing, and also view his AWS community profile via that link. So to everyone who has joined us today, we thank you for your engagement and your questions, especially to our community members who were even able to forward the questions before the session started. Um, the democratization of foundational models through AWS really helps. It represents like a significant shift in how we can approach AI developments, and this is how we can make it accessible to developers, organizations, and businesses, and help them improve their infrastructure and their to meet their business needs. Um, during this session, we took note of the fact that there seems to have been a challenge regarding the YouTube link. Since some people who joined before the session started are fine, they can listen to the session and they can see the screen. However, people who joined after the session started seem to have challenges or issues joining. All right, so this session is being recorded, fortunately. So we are just hoping that the recording is also capturing everything. This is the first time we are experiencing this type of problem. We've been using StreamYard for a while now. So since this was a technical glitch on the side of StreamYard, we'll definitely escalate this to their tech supports for hopefully we can salvage the situation. However, do not be perplexed. We'll be on top of it because it's been recorded. Thank you once again, Mr. Sheriff, for joining. Great to have you here, and we are hoping that we see you on Friday, which is our main event, and also everyone who has joined or who's listening, hoping to see on Friday, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. At Federal Palace Hotel in Victoria Island. Come and see and experience Arthurite integrated and generative AI with AWS. All right. So thank you very much, everyone, and we'll see you later. Bye.
All right, bye.